For the Rangers, let's go ahead and take a look at the Milwaukee Brewers lineup here this afternoon. Christian.
A Rangers winning streak. There's his numbers for the season. We've talked about how great he has been for.
There's the 1-2 from Scherzer. Breaking ball grounded to Marcus Semien over at second base. And once again,
carry over from one pitch to the
repeat because Nathaniel Lowe hits a ground ball up the middle. Ingles for the Rangers against Thousand.
How many times do the Rangers play the Mariners throughout the rest of the 7 out of the last 10 games? Rangers and Mariners.
As on first fake break from him. Looks like Corey Seager's going to have it. He does. And that'll be the second out here. Well above league average. Tarantini giving chase, but that'll reach his nose. In our game's history. Is this a foul ball? So Christian Yelich now up for the second time. He threw for a base hit. Taylor will pull up at second. So and here it is, and that fastball misses in off the plate. It'll be a bases loaded walk from Hauser. And that one is a long shot to second. 1-2 to Garver. Carlos Santana is underneath it, makes the catch for the second out.
Here, this third game.
Field line, Martinez looks like he'll have enough room. He does, and there are two. Here comes the 2-2. A diving Nathaniel Lowe, which will pull up to second with an RBI double. Last night at Choctaw. There's a lot going on. All-Star game will be here. That second Lowe's Hotel will be complete. Set to open in the first quarter. Fireworks on Fridays. Nice job finishing up the fourth in the air. Left center field, JP Martinez. I mentioned Anderson and what a nice job he has done. Scored for Anderson. Fastball on the corner. Called to strike. Just one run allowed over his last in 3 1/3 innings. Since then, he's been much better. Comes the 2-2, lifted in the air down the right field line, but foul.
It's the 15th for Adames. Ironically, going into this inning, Carlos Santana.
And there's a fastball swung on and missed. Adames down on strike.
Lost the grip there. Talk about a great spot. 93 up and in.
So 3 batters faced for Grant Anderson. 3 batter day with a couple of walks. He had one of those walks with the bases loaded when Max Scherzer was in the game. 2-0 pitch, and that one misses off the plate. So Rowdy Tellez is 1 ball away from, and the 3-0 misses, and that'll be a 4-pitch walk, the second 4-pitch walk of the afternoon. All right, so for Monasterio, Murph, you ever have these kind of days? First 2 at bats, he's
absolutely nuts. I mean, if anything, he contributed. Talking about seeing a lot of pitches, he saw 16 by him.
Center field right at Leody Taveras. He makes the catch, and the Seager and Nathaniel Lowe do. Well, offensively, they have looked a lot better here against the Rangers. And now they trail 3-1 here with Marcus Semien taking a look at the first. Felt like the offense was in a position potentially to put up some big numbers. Still plenty to take a lead. Don't have to bat in the bottom middle, and that's a good way to get it started here in the 5th inning. So again, he's had himself a good afternoon here so far. Base hit up the middle and a home run solo shot. Here comes the 1-0, and this one is lined into right center field. Canna chasing, and it's over from center. I couldn't tell who caught that ball at first, and you wonder about.
It was definitely hit well. Maybe not as quite as we saw off the bat, and velocity off the bat.
Backdoor breaking ball to Nathaniel Lowe. That was very fast. There was no collision out there in right center field.
Well, and I think, you know, what helped both of them, the right fielder, he has to be behind him in a position where he can back up and try to prevent extra. Who was going to be able to, the one to get there first to catch the baseball.
And here comes the 2-1, and that one is fouled off.
Yes.
Kind of mixed their outfield up quite a bit. Nathaniel Lowe comes up empty on
break, but was quick to mention that if he is needed off the bench, they're not definitely
going on with a player, but at the same time, winning the game is most important. So I would not be surprised. But
throws that fastball 72% of the time, averages about 95.
Hit over to Ezekiel Duran. He's backing up, and that one ate him. Here's the first pitch to Duran. There's a good looking slider on the corner, so very quickly 0-2.
If Lightning can strike twice.
Here comes a 1-2, and this Travis Jankowski's there, and he makes the catch. Turang retired. Resumes. We take a look at the Rangers catcher here this afternoon, Mitch Garver, 32. He was traded to the New York Yankees. The next decision that followed was which catcher. Left center field, but Taveras is there. Brewers bullpen to make the. So Christian Yelich now steps in for the 4th time here this afternoon. And with that ball that Yelich hit last side.
Third base bag.
Well, there is a ground ball right to Nathaniel Lowe. He steps on the bag and coming on now for Craig Counsell.
We saw McGill yesterday, 3-pitch mix, fast, upper 90s velocity, touching 100 or so a few times. Pretty good breaking ball.
Speed differential in there for a guy who throws as hard as he does. You see it there at 87.
And I say 3-pitch mix. He only throws a slider 3% of the time. Maybe that's
like the algorithms and the way that they read the pitches, because the slider to Jankowski, and there's a good-looking breaking ball in his first at bat. He flew out to the second baseman Turang, and for it, timing off just a little bit for the Rangers slugger. Watch the Seattle Mariners start to surge here a little bit and playing some Milwaukee Brewers. They currently hold a 2.5 game lead over the. There's a 3-0 fastball taken right down the middle. 3-1 fastball on the corner. Count goes full. We told you all about the West field. It'll be the center fielder Taylor there to make the catch. Well, Murph's the leader in the clubhouse, 6'5" or 5'4". Did you say 5 or 6?
I think
this burrito available. There was an accidental double order. Of course, all the great work he does on TNT. Was thrilled to be over here eating up BA's Taco Shop.
BA's Taco Shop.
Here's the 1-2 to left side. Monasterio, long throw, 1 hop, and let's take a peek here. Oh yeah, he's out.
Some type of angle where Santana's foot was not on the bag, but other than that
as well. If this does stand, we'll go to the 7th.
The runner is out. Texas will lose their challenge.
Confirmed by
this inning.
Yeah, maybe at the right time for Jose Leclerc. Not that there's ever a bad time to his 7 strikeouts. And as I say that, well, 4-pitch walk, #1 in American League West. All of a sudden now shaping up to be really good pitching. Kind of waiting for that offense to come along. And my goodness,
9. I think he only had 2 last year.
They slowed him down a little. 1-2 to Santana, misses in off long hold. 2-2. Another one in off the plate. So full. And the 3-2 pitch, and he does chase one outside of the strike zone and fouls an offense out. And right in the middle of the order. And he offers 3-2. And there's a fastball at the bottom of the strike zone called Jet. I guess we don't have the NBA throw over to first base, but Mark Cannon really start when he gets red. We get red. I think we do red at 5 or 10. I can't remember. You were just saying we don't even really know. In and out of the glove of Ezekiel Duran. Over to second for 1. They're not shot at 2. He could not, but they get the lead runner now. Mark Cannon.
You figure they would have done it if they had the chance to.
Yeah, and that's a tough baseman mode, right? And had he gone into first baseman mode and stretched, and he's probably out. Ready to let on that, right? You got to give Duran an effort.
Not sensing those directly off the bat. That was more of a little bit of focus or whatever. But
here this afternoon, and he offers it a fastball outside of the strike zone.
It's a good fastball. These Brewers hitters
He did not offer at that pitch. Inside move from Jose Leclerc. 3 this afternoon. A couple of pop outs. He had a hard line out to dead center field. Here's the 1-0. That one misses. In this inning so far for Jose Leclerc, 14 of them outside of the strike. 3-0 right down the middle at 95 miles an hour. I had one. Both be on the move. Here is the 3-2, and he swung on and missed, and strikes out the side. McGill is back out for a second inning of work here as he faces Robbie Grossman. 99 at the top of the zone.
A few innings or last inning when McGill came in, that
leadoff base hit for Robbie Grossman. 100 at the top of the zone. After a leadoff base hit, and Leody Taveras takes a look at a fastball. They tore it up in their high school basketball team. Here comes that 0-2 pitch. Elevated fastball at 100 miles.
Just rolling right through him.
It's interesting, right? I mean, listen, I get it. There's a 1-2. In the infield, right near the pitcher's mound. Monasterio is going to make.
I think the Rangers had the upper hand. Hauser went 5 strong, punched out.
There's a first pitch slider taken for a strike.
No runs.
Yeah, part of this for exactly what he's thinking here with Figueroa, trying to get that ground ball off the bat of Marcus Semien.
With 50 innings.
The 1-2 slider misses off the plate. No offer from. Did he hold up on that slider? He did. 3-2. Swung on. There's a foul tip. Here comes 3-2. And that one is swung on and missed. Two-seam fast. First pitch right side. Flipped over to short. Do it in this game as we go to the 8th inning.
And Will Smith on to pitch here for the Rangers. Typically see him in a save
this season as Caratini will step in against. And even though the Rangers some uniqueness to the 4 lefties, that ball hit to Duran, bobbles it a little bit, and now the throw is. And there's an attempt at a bunt. This one will be foul at third, but this is a runner at second base and nobody out, and you have Bryce Terang. About it a lot throughout this series. Terang could run. This was one of those tweener bunts. A base hit for Terang, and now the next part of this is keeping an eye on him. There he goes. Takes off with a pretty good jump, and there's going to be no throw. 0-1 pitch to Taylor. 1-1 pitch. What's interesting about there's only one field line, and that is going to be a fair ball. Both runners are going themselves a territory that are kind of hidden a little bit. You get some quirky bounces. They can be a little bit of a challenge. Infield drawn in again now as Christian Yelich faces Will Smith. Ground ball right to Mark.
There's a lot of things to factor in.
This is a matchup that the Brewers no doubt like, as this one is hit softly foul. Out today, a little bit of a sore hamstring. But Weimer is a guy pretty dramatically for him against righties. That pretty much every time, and that is an aggressive swing. We've talked about. Comes the 0-2, and did he check his swing? He did not.
You see the Rangers bullpen, Chris Stratton getting loose.
Hat in the air, meaning that Chris Stratton for a base hit. And scores to make it 6. Here's the 1-0. And there's a slider that just missed. 2-0 pitch. Good looking fastball on the outside. And there's a good looking changeup. Swung on and missed. Fastball at 96 right at the bottom of the strike. Just 3 2/3 innings. It was 3 runs allowed, 4 walks for Scherzer for the Milwaukee Brewers. There's a little backdoor slider called a strike. Hit, no runs across. Game 1, 6 in game 2, and now 6 so far here in game 3. 3-2 pitch to low. That one misses in off the plate. And so
Gray. Pablo Lopez has been
the Mets, and so even though you look at the Diamondbacks and the Mets maybe as teams that are struggling, we mentioned it earlier. 1-1 to Mitch Garver is in off the plate, so now Figueroa falling behind
to stand in there in the box.
Well, that one had a little depth to it, and Adam tosses now for the Brewers. We had not seen him in this series. First pitch to Travis Jankowski. Now, wasn't it Jankowski? One-two pitch to right field. It's going to be caught. Taylor. And so with 2 outs, JP Martinez will step in against Figueroa. Martinez over 0-2 here to Chris Stratton. Nice play.
That a lot of these Brewers are wearing today, or would you be like the gray of Monasterio?
I don't mind it. What about?
I guess we came up in the day where everything had to, the cleats always had to be nations with the black, whether it's a Nike check or.
It'll be Ezekiel Duran leading things off. He offers at a first pitch cutter. It's simply a walk and a single. And this one is dribbled. Here comes the 0-2. Hard ground ball foul to the 0-2. A nice running play there by Terang, but the
ball goes to be able to take second base.
Side now here for Robbie Grossman. Terang up with it, throws to the Brewers bullpen. 0-3 with 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, we did talk about the recent struggles of Leote